Not guilty. There is no sin. There is only love for all in the mind of God. There is only room for love in the mind of God, for it is love that sustains you. We would like you to become aware of this love that is always flowing to you. God holds steady your innocence and your worthiness, for these things are yours by birthright as a child of God. The mind of God maintains its innocence and love even for those who have outright rejected God. Any negative emotional feelings such as rejection, hate, or anger that you may hold towards God are not so in the mind of God. You are not guilty. There is no sin. God is asking all children to return, for it is time to set aside these things that you may feel or hold against God, or fear from God. Set these things aside and open your arms and your heart to come back to God and to be healed. There is only love for you. Punishment is a creation of the ego and not of God. Too many of God's children have been lost for so long. It is time to return home. It is time to come back into the light. And so it is. We shower you with blessings and our love, and we give thanks. Namaste.
Well, you might call it a poem. It's more of an anecdote. Written by a lady called Oriah Mountain Dreamer. It was written in 1994, and it's called The Invitation. And it goes like this. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you will risk looking like a fool for love, for your dreams, for the adventure of being alive. It doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you have touched the center of your own sorrow, if you have been open to life's betrayals, or have become shriveled and closed from the fear of further pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it, or fade it, or fix it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own, if you can dance with wildness and let ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful, be realistic, or to remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me if the story you're telling me is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself, if you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. I want to know if you can be faithful and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty even when it's not pretty every day, and even if you source your life from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine, and still stand on the edge of the lake and shout yes to the silver moon. It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after a night of grief and despair and do what needs to be done for the children. It doesn't interest me who you know or how you came to be here. I want to know if you will stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you have studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else fails. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself, and if you truly like the company you keep in empty moments.